What is happening, guys? So today we're doing an episode of Fleet Friday, and we got a special episode this time. We got ASU, FSP's ASU, and that's basically ASU stands for Air Support Unit, if you didn't know. And here with us right now that invited us to do this Fleet Friday is Icebreaker, who's the sergeant, and Royal, who's over there. So they can, introduce themselves.
I'm Icebreaker768. I've been part of the FSP ASU for around 4 or 5 months. I'm in the Air Patrol Division.
Dope, that's awesome. And is there so for ASU, kind of, let's just get the quick questions out of the way. How like what do you guys do? What does ASU do?
We basically have three divisions: the Air Patrol, the Medical Response, and the Special Response. So, Air Patrol, which is the division we're in, our job is pursuits, bolos, assisting in searching, traffic enforcement, radar enforcement, and assisting in locating suspicious activity. So we pretty much free. We are allowed to fly in the sky 24/7. We are not called out. We pretty much do a lot of work air patrol. The other division is medical response for medical medevacs. They were requested by SCFD. They're usually for past the 401 sky where there's specific requirements for a medevac, and last is the special response, and they're tasked with transporting tactical units from one place to another, and they're involved in government transports. Their division is only called out. So those are pretty much the three divisions of air support unit.
So I've noticed. So that one, that color, that helicopter that's in the back, that's the blue variant. So that's the regular air support version. Like the
That
regular.
Do you want to walk back there and want me to
We
show you?
can, yeah. Before we do that, by the way, do you guys have a special vehicle that you guys use when you guys are patrolling on the ground, or just the plane?
So we pretty much use the AP call sign when we're flying, but when we're on the ground, we just wear the typical Class A's and put our regular call signs.
Okay, and vehicle wise, because I know like the fans are into the vehicles. Do you guys have any special vehicles that you're allowed to use, or?
No, we just use the standard trooper vehicles, pretty much as regular FSP troopers use. We only get specializations in terms of helicopters.
Okay, okay, yeah. Let's go down to the helicopter.
So the one that we have spawned in the landing pad is the air patrol helicopter. So as you can see, it's what we call ski glids or whatever. I don't know the proper terminology. We don't really use wheels. Also in the front, if you look, it's equipped with a camera, but it's not functional as of yet. But it will be functional in a V3 update.
Awesome.
It's going to be used for air patrol when we do searches. It'll allow us to see better since from the air it's kind of hard to see from a high altitude. Um, is it like the passenger seat is where you so the seat I'm sitting in, it's like the pilot seat. So you fly from the opposite side.
Okay.
All the other seats in the back are for ride-alongs. We do have an Air Patrol ride-along program.
Awesome. Perfect. I'll make sure to put the link to apply for it down below, also in the
Yeah.
description.
I believe apps are closed, but they will be opened very soon
Perfect.
for
Awesome.
that.
And then so this is pretty much the blue one, which is the one that does traffic patrol.
Yes, we do radar. We just pretty much take out our radar gun, and we're able to assist SCSO and FSP with vehicles that are speeding. But Air Patrol primarily likes to assist FSP on jurisdiction, which is the 401. We assist in speeders in the 401 a lot.
I have noticed the colors in the so on the top it shows you your badge number right over here, right? AP10. So this was spawned
Yes.
by AP10. So if like somebody has a question or they're like, "Oh, I saw a helicopter," or like something, it shows the trooper's badge number on the top.
Yeah, but unfortunately, no one can really see it when it's high up in the air. They pretty much only see it when it lands. But it's to prevent primarily for pilots to make sure that they don't use the wrong helicopter.
Okay, that makes
Like they don't
sense.
get confused.
Okay, so the variants that I saw, this one is blue on the back. I saw one that's red in the back, and I saw one that's black in the back, like the backside of here.
Yeah, so this is pretty much the air patrol helicopter. I'm going to move on to the one that you were talking about, the red helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's pretty much called a medevac helicopter. It's going to go on the other landing pad.
Okay, so it spawns specifically in that pad.
Yes, yes, exactly. So it's pretty much red. It says medical. It's used for medevacs. If we role play doing the medevac, we just simply say like or whatever, and we pretty much just sit them on the back. It pretty much, as you can see, has wheels instead of like the ski instead of that type
Oh,
of.
different variant. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
it has lights in the back as well.
Yes. Yes, it does have lights in the back as well.
And
It has a green light instead of a blue light,
signifying
which
that
from the
it's.
air.
I see.
Yep.
Okay. So red is medical. So that means black is tactical.
Oh, dark blue is tactical. I'm going to show you right now. This is the special response helicopter. Special response pretty much stationed at HQ, and they wait to be called out until there's a tactical call. So, the only thing that's really special about this helicopter is that the tactical units they sit in the back. So if you want to sit in the back as well, and I'll show you how to rappel down. If you go on first person, you see these little clips. So if you click on the clip, you actually get a rope, and
I
how pretty
see.
much,
I see. Yeah, you do get a rope
and then you
that
pretty much
follows you.
rappel down from the air and assist. If there's like a shootout or something, you can rappel down. So a lot of tactical units prefer using the helicopter because you can get from one place to another in a very quick amount of
I
time.
noticed if you go too far, the rope like disconnects.
Yes, so
That's
that's why special response cannot fly too high because if they need to repel, then what ends up happening is the rope is not long enough.
Here's the last one. Here's the
It's
other
called a
variant.
co-founder's helicopter. We don't have any access to fly in it. We pretty much are restricted from it. It spawns on the other pad, but
So
it wouldn't let me take off.
that's fine. So if people see the black one, it means either the co-founders or the founder is flying it, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
There's
and
really nothing special about it. The only thing special about it is it has a lot more seats in the background, so it can it can have like a ton of people sitting inside of it.
it kind of looks like it has the rappel thingy, but like on the outside wing.
Yeah. Okay, so this thing over here, like it in the older versions of the helicopters, there used to be a basket on,
Okay.
but unfortunately, due to lag and used a lot, I believe they removed it. Plus, it served really no purpose. Copter.
Okay, so don't enter while the helicopter is like flying away. Don't jump out when it's flying away as well. Pretty much,
Exactly.
or it causes problems. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. All right.
Unfortunately, it's very glitchy. We have tried to tell the developers to fix it.
Yeah.
Say that they have according to them they tried their best, but it glitches a lot.
Okay, I see. Okay. And I've noticed that he says AP1 taken off and then something P1 or something like that.
Yeah, that's the radio codes we use to let it's supposed to for air traffic control, but we don't really have that. But it's more for role play to let air traffic control know that we're taking off.
Okay, okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna go for a quick flight around the county. As they mentioned earlier, these don't rotate to stop lag, but let's just act like they rotate. And here is the office, like the office view of every single trooper that's part of the ASU program. So you guys fly down. Do you guys is there issues that you guys have when you're flying, like lag and stuff like that? How do you guys handle that?
There's actually no lag when we fly in the sky because once you're high in the sky, pretty much below you, like they don't really affect you. Like pretty much all my pilots I have, they pretty much use 10 and there's no problem. So in terms of lag,
nice.
yeah, compared to driving, flying is so much more easier.
I see.
Flew over Redwood, that's what it looks like. We pretty much stay a lot in Redwood because we do a lot of traffic enforcement in Redwood as well as a 401. And Arborfield, as you can see, Arborfield is a heliport. We are allowed to land there as well in case, you know, there's fog.
So
right
okay,
there.
that helipad. Okay, so it's used by you guys, the medical rescue, the medical and the tactical.
Yes, but it's mostly for medical because, as you know, the station is right there, so they're able to station right next to each other.
Okay, can they land it, like if they pick up somebody for the hospital? Can they land in the parking lot of the hospital, or?
Yes, there's ground units are expected to make, like, you know, landing zone for them to land.
Okay, and possibly you can reenact the example of, you know, making a landing zone, or how to make a landing zone, or what they do to make a landing zone.
Air patrol, we don't land a lot because, as I said earlier, we pretty much help in pursuits, bolos. We pretty much do a lot in the air, so we don't like land at all. That's pretty much more for medevacs and for tacticals, but they don't land. Tactical units, they don't really land. They usually rappel down. So as you can see, this is the 401. We pretty much do a lot of speed enforcement here as well. We coordinate with FSP units. We coordinated with them sometimes and help them out because, as you know, 401 is our jurisdiction, and when they are running radar here, they can't pretty much run radar of the whole 401, so we try to help them with that as well.
Okay, and just let them know if like so and so is speeding. There's a gray Dodge Charger.
And quick thing on the left, the two towers of the sky bridge. We help a lot. Career my time in air patrol, I've regarding someone being taken hostage on the towers, and air patrol, where like it's really helpful. Like ground units and SWAT, they depend on us. Pretty much a description on what's going on the top, and we pretty much, you know, give descriptions, etc.
Yep. I remember I had to use ASU for one of my vehicles that was lost. It flung away.
Yeah, that was me.
That was you?
Yeah, that was me.
A quick replay on here too, so people could see that time, that episode was thanks to you. So I had to. So thanks for that help of finding me my vehicle.
It was behind the car dealership. I still remember.
Yep, exactly. Yep, from that episode.
So real quick, as you can see, we're going to Prom Park. This is where criminals like to hide. Yep. As you can see, we can see nothing at Prom Park. It's filled with trees. So that's where they like to hide and escape if they want to try to lose air support. So Prom Park is the #1 location for criminals. Okay. If they got air support right on them and they want us to lose the criminal, they pretty much hide right underneath the trees, and we pretty much get no visual at them.
Okay, but usually that's where you start hovering over here and you call in ground unit to move into that area.
Yeah, pretty much.
What is the limits on like flying areas? Can you fly over anything and everything?
Oh yeah, so restricted flying zones. We have a couple. Prominence Capital 200 studs. We need DHS's permission to enter, but we don't really go there because there's nothing that happens at the Capitol. Governor's airspace, I believe it's like 300 something, but we don't even go there because nothing really happens there. And zone, National Guard base, we're not allowed to go there. We don't really go there as well because nothing really happens there. And one more is the DOC, and we go there a lot, but we need just DOC permission to enter. Okay,
so you basically let them know, hey, can we have permission to go through your jurisdiction?
Yeah, but we like are usually called out because DOC depends on air patrol for looking for inmates
that usually escape from the prison.
Yep. And Air Patrol is allowed to work with Coast Guard and Marine Division to do low
So
altitude
that
water
over there.
searches.
Okay, that over there is the Governor Manor, as you can see.
So on the left of us is DOC, and on the right of us is
DOC's right
FNG
here.
base. We have full authority to go over
Right
Greendale as well, but
Okay.
there's really nothing that happens here unless there's like a pursuit or something.
Right. So that's DOC over there, and this is National
And
Guard base.
we could help FNG if there's a breacher, because as you can see, we do get a pretty okay view of the base without actually entering in the base. So we do sometimes help FNG if they need it.
Okay, and they also have a helipad over there.
Yes, that's for the Special Response Division. If they're called out, if they want to use a helicopter to get transported to Redwood,
Okay.
they are allowed to.
Okay, and the docks are over there. This is an area also that people are notoriously known to use. I do remember Fed earlier giving you guys because you guys didn't have the helicopter, he gave you guys the unmarked Charger.
Yes, but he changed his mind. It was originally he did originally say that, but then afterwards he said in another meeting that he'd rather just give it to SPU, and then he'd be adding the helicopters because it didn't make any sense for ASU to be using a Charger.
Okay, and that is Fed's house right over there. So, what's the requirement to become part of the air support unit?
So each division has their own requirements for air patrol. We pretty much are starting to allow those who are probationary troopers plus, but well, we're not going to start accepting a ton of probies. We only accept those who had interest in ASU before. So if you want to get into if you're interested in becoming an air patrol, we pretty much you should sign up for the ride along, because we have a history of accepting those who have been very long program. They end up like, I know a lot of pilots who are formerly part of our ride along program as cadets in the post.
Okay, so basically you don't Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, so basically you did a ride along with ASU before you joined. Okay, so you basically did a ride along with ASU before you joined. And then also, what is like so you guys you don't take people straight off the, like they just join, they don't become ASU. They have to be like a trooper for a little bit.
That depends. We do look for a lot of experience, but there are certain cases where we may take maybe one or two people who just became a trooper, but it depends on their history. Like maybe they were formerly part of ASU and they left and they rejoined. So we may take that into consideration as well.
Do you guys also what's the limit? Do you guys have like a limit on how many people can be
Yes,
in ASU?
so Air Patrol we have 15 members. Special Response I believe is 10, and Medical I'm not really sure how much.
Okay, so like that's so when you guys reach that member cap, you can't hire no more.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And are you guys currently hiring?
We just like literally accepted at least 10 people and we're like very active. So at the moment we're not hiring in
Okay.
terms of Air Patrol. Special Response, I'm not sure about them, but in terms of Air Patrol, we have a lot of pilots. We're very active, so we're not hiring.
So the requirements to join you guys are just straight up get accepted into FSP, have a post certification, of course, get accepted into FSP, and then apply to when you guys is
Yes,
okay.
and I assist in reading applications as well, and applications have to be extremely long. You can't just get away with a really bad app. They have to be very long, very detailed.
Okay. And of course, you guys train the person. You don't require a prior pilot license or anything like that.
Um, it takes at least 2 to 3 weeks to become a pilot, so you have to be very determined if you want to be part of Air Patrol. It takes a very long time to become a pilot.
Okay. But once you become a pilot, you're basically set.
Yep, you're pretty set. You're pretty much set for ASU.
Patrol time, is it the same time as any other trooper or longer or shorter or
It's the same exact rules. 45 minutes. It should be it should be at least 30 minutes and 45 minutes between patrols.
okay. And how many patrols a week?
I believe it's once in every 4 days, and it counts as a regular patrol log as well. So you do not have to patrol ground units a couple days and patrol air patrol a couple days.
Well, thank you guys for having us. Oh, I forgot to do the little thing. So do you guys? So the only lights you guys can turn on are these over here, the red and blue that are on the sides, right?
We don't really turn them on. It's part of when we start the engine.
Okay. And if you one of you guys could go in there and get me a picture, a screenshot of what we see. So this screen right here is what you see when you become, well, ASU. And do you guys have a GUI or anything like that?
Yeah, we do. We pretty much just have a start and stop engine and a delete button.
Okay, but no like lights GUI or any of that stuff.
We just have a GUI that tells our throttle and our altitude, but that's pretty much it. There's no special GUI.
Thank you guys for watching. Special shout out to ASU for making this happen. This Fleet Friday was really interesting. If you guys didn't know, by the way, there's a lot of people that were asking for you guys. Like they were like straight up ASU, ASU. We want to see more of them. So this is gonna be one of the many videos that we'll be doing with you guys. Of course, I plan to do a ride along with you guys as well, just so that we could get a like a straight up view of it. If you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And also, FSP does have a YouTube channel. I'll make sure to link that right over here. Click on right here, and more videos for them there. From them is coming from there. With that, I am out. Deuces.